told myself, now, go higher. In 2020, everyone's just been under so much stress. Depression and anxiety, domestic violence, drug addiction, suicide, alcoholism, divorce. The pressure is building. It's a difference between pressure and stress. We're under a lot of pressure. The good news is we can change the way we handle stress. Long live the fire. A psychologist walked around the room teaching a class, and in her right hand, she raised a glass. It had water in it. They thought she would ask, half empty or half full, fail or pass. Instead, she asked the class the weight of the mass. And if you hold it in your hand, can you last? The absolute weight doesn't matter if you factor your endurance when your tolerance is shattered. If you hold it for a minute, it's not too much work. If you hold it for an hour, your arm starts to hurt. If you hold it for a day, sweating down your shirt. Anything longer than that just might hit the dirt. In any scenario, the weight doesn't change, but the longer you hold it, it can't be looked at the same. The more time we hold on to it, the heavier it gets. It's pressure in our minds that keeps signaling the threats. Our stresses and worries are like the water in the glass. Hold on to it too long, man, we're never gonna last. Hold on even longer, it begins to hurt. Thinking about it all day long never seems to work. We feel paralyzed and unable to do anything. Carrying burdens all the time is heavier than it seems. Have a little faith so you can put the glass down, or just pick it up again after you rest for a while. Put it down at least for now, and then don't wait too long. Get yourself charged up and keep carrying on. See, the pressure doesn't have to make you feel stressed. Spell backwards, it's the dessert that brings out your best. We're living in difficult times, many people are overwhelmed, while others persevere and take better care of themselves. You were already in the valley until anxiety subsided. Situations didn't change, you just stopped worrying about it. If you want to learn about it, just follow my lead. You're probably stressed out right now, sit back and breathe. It begins with understanding that stress is not caused by other people or things, it's a reaction to all. Why do people blame their anxiety on external factors and others face challenges with little reactions? There's high levels of discomfort that our circumstances bring, but pressure and stress are literally not the same thing. You can have high levels of pressure, low levels of stress, but pressure's the prerequisite for taking the test. Pressure is not stress, but the former is converted. Fact check me on this if it's the first time you heard it. Pressure turns into stress, add one ingredient. Rumination into tendency to keep rethinking it, while attaching negative emotion to thought, to people, to past, to present relationships and future events. We must practice reflection, but plan for the future at the same time reviewing all of life's past lessons. Rumination is ongoing and destructive, diminishes well-being and leaves you feeling less productive. Coronary problems and suppress immune function. Dwelling on the past makes the future malfunction. To break stress-inducing habits, follow these steps, but it takes repetition before you get the effects. We gotta wake up. People spend most of their day arriving at destinations that can't remember the way. All rumination happens during this state. Feet on the ground, but your mind is in space. Snap out of it. We can do this physically by moving your body, or you can do it mentally. It's our human tendency to become defensive. We better stop because it's too expensive. Connect to your senses, control your attention. It's when you ruminate, attention gets caught up. Can't differentiate because the mind is corrupt. Redirect yourself to areas where you can step up. Take action on the things you can control without worrying about anything when you're chasing a goal. Put things in perspective, compare the past to the present. Ask yourself, what's it gonna take for me to learn the lesson? How much will this matter 3 years from now? If you know your why, you can endure almost anyhow. What's the worst that could happen? How would I survive? And when was the last time I thank God I was alive? I hear the universe asking me, so did you learn your lesson? Or should we do this again since you seem to keep stressing? There's an opportunity that you haven't seen yet. Open your eyes and hit the reset to bring out your best. Let go of all the pressure, see the challenge from a new angle. When your heart's feeling mangled. Letting go sounds easy, but it's the hardest thing too. If it was easy to let go, I wouldn't be talking to you. We would have done it already. If we could, the lessons are the fire, but the stresses are the wood. The first step is acceptance, and if you like it or not, it is what it is. I swear this fire is hot. It is the way it is, but keep learning the lessons. The brain will review until the soul confesses. You won't let it go yet until you feel you've gained something for your troubles from the pressure and the pain. Sometimes the best thing to do is not to relax. Instead, do something to get you back on the tracks. You'll get to a place beyond satisfaction the moment that you're ready for some action. Turn stress into an asset that you can manage. There's a positive impact, better take advantage. Every day we face new change and more uncertainty. It erodes our performance and our productivity. Stress is unavoidable. Get used to it, but not the effects of stress, cause we can move through it. It can be good or bad, depends on how you use it. The way you manage pressure affects the future that you're choosing. Recognize worry for exactly what it is. Tension in the body, heart racing from your fears. Those are just the indicators. Lights on your dash, showing you just how much you care about the task. It's correlated to how much you actually care. If it didn't really matter, you wouldn't still be there. Once you understand worry as an indicator, rather than a symptom of things you feel afraid. It's not a symptom of dysfunction or even a cause for panic. React to anything better if you can understand it. Feelings are fleeting, so it does go away. The sun will rise again if you're blessed to see another day. Refrain from it. Now that you know what worry is, realign your way of thinking before fight or flight begins. Process more ideas of what you can do. The direction that you can go from here is all up to you. It's a threat, not a challenge. There's a difference in being paralyzed versus losing a little balance. Let it activate you in ways to push you through. Focus on what you can control, nothing else you can do. Create a network of support, people you can go to. Even if you don't use them, they're still there for you. Embrace the experience of handling your stress. If you don't have experience, everything becomes a test. That's why old folks' wisdom is the best around. They've been through it all. Pick you up when you're down. It's not just your hormones, it's experience. Don't wait for dire situations before learning consequence. Put yourself under pressure, it'll make you stretch. Lean into situations that make you feel stressed. Know better so you can do better. Cognitive ability predicts emotional hardness, facing things you can't see. Stay calm under duress. Life's challenging, too many times we play checkers, we don't know how to play chess. Confront high levels of urgency without the agitation. Disrupting creativity as you uncover causation. Tame the cognitive overload that occurs in your mind in response to the stress that you feel all the time. We're not naturally wired for complex problems when we're under pressure and still expected to solve them. It can be learned, but we must be taught to manage the stresses that life won't ever stop bringing to you. Confidence under pressure is like a railroad track in the brain through exposure to repeated attacks. This capacity can be developed in many ways. Manage adrenaline without panic. Activate, grow confident in the sensation it induces. You walk and not faint as you release excuses. Stress is a noisemaker in the untrained mind, but you can learn to handle it better, just give it some time. It can help you accomplish things you never would have known. So when you look back on 2020, you'll see how much you've grown.